Hey everyone, welcome to Centro Kids Online. It's awesome to have our Centro Kids family joining us today, so welcome. And welcome to anyone else that's watching as well. It's great to have you all here. I have a question for you kids. How was Centro Kids Connects? Did you get to see the leaders that you haven't seen in a long time and catch up with some friends from Centro Kids? Just get to hang out, play some games and chat. I hope you guys had an amazing time. I know you all did. I got to jump into a few and see your smiling faces, which was really, really great to see. If you missed out, if you didn't get to join, we run our Centro Kids Connects at 9:30 a.m. every Sunday before the service. They only run for 20 minutes, so it's not a massive amount of time, but we have heaps and heaps of fun. So if you want that information, it's on our Facebook group, Centro Kids. So all you need to do is head to our website and there'll be a link that goes to the Facebook group and you'll find out all the information there to jump on that. I really encourage you guys to do that because it's a great point of connection for you guys there. We're going to start our service now, guys, and you know we always start with praise and worship. And that's because that's what the Bible tells us to do. It says in Psalm 100, enter his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. For the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and his faithfulness continues to each generation. So let's praise and worship God.
I'm reading my Bible and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, oh. I'm reading my Bible, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave his best. Without a doubt the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, oh. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, he cares. When you seek, he's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, oh. see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me. I put one foot in front of the other, keeping my eyes on you. My life following Jesus. I trust you, I trust you. As the world shakes, shakes and things break, break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes, shakes and things break, break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes, shakes and things break, break, you are my rock, my everything. As the world shakes, shakes and things break, break, you are my rock, my everything. No matter what I'm gonna face tomorrow. I build my life on everything you say. Turn the light on, now I see forever. The path is clearer out in front of me.
Hey guys, isn't it great that we can praise and worship from our own homes and still feel God's presence? Today we are continuing through the Head, Heart and Hands series. And today we are in our first week of the heart. So the big picture is our heart. And the big idea is what's on the inside counts. And now we'll move on to our big point. Others may look on the outside, but God looks at our heart. I will now talk about 3 lessons to do with the heart. Lesson 1 is, learn that others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. The second point is that we have a heart for God and we can worship Him. And the third point is understanding what's on the inside counts. For example, we can't just do the right thing with the wrong heart motivation. The big word this week is, listen closely to my words, don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. They are the life to those who find them. They are the health to your whole body. Guard your heart. It is where your life comes from.
Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. Boom, boom, boom. They are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It's where your love comes from. Proverbs 4 verse 20 to 23. Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. Boom, boom, boom. They are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It's where your love comes from. Proverbs 4 verse 20 to 23.
Did you know that your heart is about the size of your hands clasped together like this? At rest, your heart beats approximately 60 to 100 times per minute. A child's heart rate is faster than an adult's heart rate. In an average lifetime, a heart will beat around 3 billion times. And every single minute, your heart is pumping 5.7 liters of blood all around your body. Your heart beats over 100,000 times every day. Every heartbeat results in blood moving forward through your arteries. You can feel this movement as a pulse by placing 2 fingers on your wrist where your artery is. Your pulse rate tells you how fast your heart is beating. Your heart is one of the most important organs in your body, constantly pumping blood through what they call blood vessels. Every day, your heart creates enough energy to drive a truck for 32 kilometers. Your heart can actually beat on its own, separated from the body, because it has its own electrical impulse. Your heartbeat can change and mimic the music that you are listening to. And those who are in love can synchronize their hearts by gazing into each other's eyes for 3 minutes. What's happening on the inside of you is amazing and important. You can't see your heart from the outside, but it makes all the difference. All this to say that your physical heart affects everything that happens in your body, but your emotional heart affects everything you do as a person. What's on the inside counts. Others may look on the outside, but God looks at the heart.
In the time of the Old Testament, God only spoke directly to the prophets. They were the men and women chosen by God to be His messengers. It was during the days of King Saul's reign. Samuel was the appointed prophet. On one particular day, God told Samuel that it was time Saul went into battle against the Amalekites. You see, the Amalekites had treated God's people, the Israelites, very badly when they came out of Egypt. Saul set out to do exactly as God had told Samuel. He sent an army of 210,000 men to destroy the Amalekites. But when Saul saw how good the sheep and cows were, he couldn't resist changing the plan. The army was to take them and bring them home. Not a big deal, right? Wrong. Saul had decided to deliberately disobey God. This was the beginning of the end. It came time for Samuel to appoint a new king for Israel, as God had rejected Saul. God told Samuel to go and see Jesse of Bethlehem, and there God would show him who would be the next king. Once he found Jesse and his family, Samuel met each of Jesse's sons one by one. First, Samuel met Eliab and thought, surely this is the Lord's anointed. But the Lord whispered to Samuel, don't look at how big and tall he is, because I don't. The Lord doesn't look at the things people look at, the outward appearance. The Lord looks at the heart. Abinadab was next. Jesse, his dad, made him walk past Samuel. Samuel probably thought that the second son would be the king, but God said, the Lord has not chosen this one. Then Shammah passed by, and God responded in the same way, saying, nor has the Lord chosen this one. Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, but Samuel kept saying to him, the Lord has not chosen these. So he asked Jesse, do you happen to have any more sons? Well, there is still the youngest, but he's out in the fields looking after the sheep, Jesse replied. Well, send for him. I'm not going to sit down and rest until he's arrived. So Jesse did as Samuel had instructed and brought his son David before him. Now David wasn't the tallest or the strongest, but when he arrived, the Lord said, rise and anoint him, for he is the one I have chosen. So Samuel took a horn of oil he had and anointed David in front of all of his brothers. It was from that day onward, David was destined to be king. Isn't it funny how Samuel was looking at the height and strength and age of the next king, while God had other plans? God knew David had a good and pure heart, and that's what he was after. God still looks for the same things today. It doesn't matter what you look like, or how good you are at sports, or art, or singing, or reading. It's who you are with him. That's what really matters.
Action.
Have you ever been to the doctor for a checkup? They might check your blood pressure
Your temperature?
and even use their stethoscope to listen to your heart.
Cold.
It's one thing for your heart to get checked by a doctor, but what about getting your heart checked by God?
God cares about you.
He is interested in your whole life, and he cares about the conditions of your heart.
Let's talk about that.
Cut.
I love this show. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's something special about this place, full of crazy characters and imagination run wild. A place where the good news of Jesus spreads out all over the world. Join us as we plan it, film it, and wrap it up. Welcome to the world of big.
Welcome to the 712th bi-daily meeting of the Mighty Mighty Mates. The first item on the agenda, all in favour of ordering pizza after this meeting? Aye. Great. Now to a serious discussion. Is Super Action Rescue Mission 5 as good as the classic Super Action Rescue Mission 4?
For this, I came prepared. You see, when you open up the interface to Super Action Rescue Mission 5, you wonder, is it ever going to be able to beat Super Action Rescue Mission 4? And you play, and then you 3 offered some...
Cara, these guys are great. I've seen this guy last year in a theatre show. He was awesome. Wow, there's just so many to choose from.
I find only the best of the best for Big HQ.
Look, I cannot wait for the auditions. Can we do it Friday?
Already done and booked in for 10.
You are the best.
You are right.
Level 3 offered some real challenges, with the introduction of the monkey in the suit.
That's really interesting.
No, Dan, it was more challenging than interesting.
What?
The monkey in the suit.
She was a monkey?
Who was a monkey?
The girl in the suit.
What? Pass.
We need to speak to Gopher. We couldn't help overhearing while we're eavesdropping.
What are you doing?
I can't tell you.
Why? Has it got anything to do with suit-wearing monkeys?
What? No. These just aren't for your eyes yet.
Who's he?
Not for your eyes. Yet.
Are these what I think they are?
Ah, Dan! Albert S. Mortensen didn't want me to show you these, because he knew you'd overreact.
Overreact? Overreact?
I can't even act.
Look, we're looking for a new cast member for the series on the Heart. We were worried you guys would do this. Now look, I really have to go. So, try not to overreact, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Wow. This is really big news.
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
A reality TV show. Now that's overreacting.
I had a dream last night. In my dream, I saw a special treasure chest. What did it look like? The only way to open it, you have to do a big jump and say the code 212, and then it explodes with so many different jewels. How did you find out the code? It's 217. You mean 217? Yep. That was a crazy dream.
Yes, Ma, I am ready for this audition. I have food. No, Ma, I do not need sunscreen. It's indoors. I know you're nervous for me, but I believe that God put the dream in my heart to act, and He will make a way to fulfill it. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I trust God.
Hey there, we're starting now.
They're calling me in. Okay, bye.
Welcome, one and all, to the big studio sets, where the magic happens. This is a place where a huge team of people work together, all playing their part. And today, one of you will be selected to join that team. So, here's how it's going to work. You've all got a copy of the
Ready?
scene.
Yeah.
You know what to
Microphone,
do.
check.
I'll be
Music,
singing you
check.
in
Done,
alphabetical order,
check.
starting with
Let's wait for a
Alison Arbach
chance.
and going right through to Zachary Zechariah. So, we'll be starting shortly, but right now, we have something special for all of you. You wait here, and I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Surviving the Audition by Being the Biggest Winner. Now for your host, FMD.
Thank you. Are you ready for an epic adventure? Yes! Fantastic. This is how the game works. You've been training for years, striving to become the best actors you can be. Well, you can forget all that because it's not going to help you. We're looking for something completely out of your control. Something so secretive, we don't even know what it is. You're going to start with a performance where you each show off a talent that starts with the letter H. Hula hooping and hot coal walking are always a crowd favourite. It's going to be judged by a hamster named Derek, and we should find out the winner in the next 12 weeks or so. Who has what it takes to win? What will be in this year's talent show? Find out soon, right after these messages from our sponsor.
And cut.
Well, that went well.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I use the restroom?
Yeah, sure. We're on a commercial break.
Steve and Jeremy, but mainly Jeremy. Hi. Organic spelt, gluten-free, wholemeal quiche with bacon and eggs. Muesli bar. Swaps. Hey, did you hear the breaking news about school this morning? What? This morning, there was a kidnapping at school. What? When? Where? How? Whom? Calm it down. He woke up 10 minutes later. Oh, nothing. You know how others look on the outside, but God looks in the heart? Does he have X-ray vision? What? It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It doesn't make any sense. It's the silliest, craziest idea in the world. He's got X-ray glasses.
It makes a lot of sense.
Muesli.
Oh, hey, aren't you supposed to be at the audition?
Yes, but I had to get some air and think about what talent I have that starts with an H.
Sorry, what?
And how does a hamster even judge an audition?
I don't know what you mean.
The reality game show. I mean, it seems kind of strange, but I'm sure you guys know what you're doing.
I'm really confused. What game show? Who's doing a game show?
Funny Man Dan and Nathan.
Follow me. Dan! Nice! What are you guys doing? Sorry, thank you. That was wonderful. You were amazing. Clap, everyone. I'm so sorry, guys, but this game show is not part of the audition. Everyone take a 5-minute break. You two. Look, guys, I know you mean well. Despite what you told these people, this is not random. We're really looking for someone who has worked hard, but also someone who loves God on the inside. Someone who's going to treat people well. You guys look purely at the outside, just like Samuel when he was choosing a king. I was trying to look at the heart, just like God encouraged us to do. Now, we're going to do this properly. Would you like to help?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you, sir.
We're sorry, Gopher. We'll treat people better next time. On next week's episode.
No.
Okay.
Everyone, we have a new cast member. Not only is she really talented, but she has a wonderful heart, which is just as important. So ladies and gentlemen, I give you Jackie.
The big quiz. Get ready to lean. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, that's gotta hurt. Correct! Wonderful! Excellent! Oh, he almost got it. Winner! Did you make it? Game over.
At the grocery store, the labels tell us a lot about what we're going to eat. It tells us how much sugar, how much salt, how many calories are in the food that we have. But I want you to imagine this with me. You have 6 cans in front of you with no label, no information, no way to tell what is inside them, whether it's good or whether it's bad. There could be lollies in one, there could be dog food in the other. So you've got to make sure you choose which one is right. Now I want to play a little game with you guys. I'm going to say that there's 3 cans in front of us right now, and you've got to use your imagination for this one. And I know which is in each one, but you've got to choose which one that you want. Do you want number 1? Do you want number 2? Or do you want number 3? If you chose number 1, you got the lollies. So there was lollies inside that can. Congratulations, that's probably the best one to choose. If you chose number 2, inside that one, there was Coca-Cola. So you got to have a nice cold drink of Coca-Cola. You also chose a very good one. If you chose number 3, guess what? You got the dog food, which is gross, and don't eat that because it's for dogs. Your dog may love it, but I'm sure that you don't want to eat it at all. So as you can tell from that example that I just gave, guys, it's very important what's on the inside. That's what actually matters. All of the cans were the same on the outside, but on the inside there was something different. And that's what really mattered, because that's what you guys were eating. What's on the inside counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. I want you guys to say that with me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's what's on the inside that counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart.
Our big idea today is what's on the inside counts. Point number 1, others look at the outside, God looks at the heart. Have you ever heard the phrase, don't judge a book by its cover? We've all read some amazing books that maybe had a cover that didn't look very good. And we've read some boring books that had a really amazing artistic cover. The idea is that people tend to pick up a book, and by the design on the cover they decide that what's inside is worth reading or not. When people say don't judge a book by its cover, they're saying don't let what something or someone looks like on the outside determine the value of what's on the inside. What's on the inside counts. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7, but the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. When God chose David, he was looking for someone with a heart that wanted to serve, a heart that honored God, and a heart that loved others. God looks at our hearts too. He's looking to see what's happening on the inside of us. We might be able to put on an outward expression that says and does the right things to impress others, but God looks past that, and he can see our heart motivation. Number 2, heart for God. Your physical heart works to pump blood all around your body. Your blood carries nutrients and oxygen to all your limbs and organs so that they can make your body work and do what it needs to do. All of that comes from your heart. Every part of your body is affected by how your heart functions. Just like our physical heart gives our organs and limbs strength to move around and do the things that we do, our emotional heart flows into every part of us and everything that we do. Psalm 73 verse 26 says, my flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Having a heart that loves God, worships God, and wants to serve God affects everything that we do. Proverbs 3 verse 5 and 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him and he will make your paths straight. Number 3, what's on the inside? How can you see what's on the inside? When someone has a broken bone, you can't see that it's broken, unless of course it's sticking out of them. Ouch! Usually, a doctor will request an x-ray so they can see what's on the inside. An x-ray shows the bones and structures on the inside of the body. To see the heart, a doctor might do some tests using a special cardiac x-ray scan or an ultrasound. They may even take a tiny camera and put it inside to see what's going on when someone has a problem with their heart. When the heart isn't working as it should, doctors do everything they can to work out what's going on and how they can fix it. God uses a different kind of test to show what's going on inside of us. Psalm 26 verse 2 says, Lord, test me, try me out, look deep into my heart and mind. When we are faced with a challenge, what's on the inside can come out in our actions and our words and how we treat people. Ask God to search your heart and show you where He wants you to change. Ask Him to work on your heart and help you to have the kind of heart He wants. What's on the inside counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart.
Welcome to our Connect group time. I'm going to ask you guys some questions and then I want you to answer them for yourselves. All you need to do is pause the video, give your answer. Once you press play again, I'll give mine. I want to start again with another fun question. And this question is, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? That's a very difficult question to answer. There's so many different places in the world. And for me, I want to visit so many of them. But if I had to choose, maybe I would choose somewhere like Canada, because I can see the snow and I do enjoy the cold weather. The first question, guys, is have you ever judged a person or a book by its cover? It's easy to judge a book by its cover, and others are often judged by what they look like. There is so much more to a person than what they look like on the outside. It's important that we get to know people for what's on the inside. Their personality, their heart, their gifts and their talents. Every person is special and worthy, no matter what they look like on the outside.
Question 2. Why do you think God looks at the heart while others look at the outside? What we see on the outside is often the first thing we notice about someone that we don't know. So it's easy to slip into a habit of judging people on the outside. 1 Samuel 16 verse 7 says, God doesn't look at what the people look at. God looks at the heart. It's what's in the inside that counts. What's on the inside is so much more important than what's on the outside. Think about how much time we spend trying to get right what we look on the outside. Choosing clothes, doing our hair. What if we spend the same time or more time making sure what's on the inside is right with God?
The third question is, how can we have a heart for God? Let's read together Psalm 26 verse 2, which says this: Test me, Lord, and try me. Examine my heart and my mind. What our life is like on the inside matters to God. Our thoughts and our attitudes can show what's going on in our heart. When we're faced with a challenge, what's on the inside can often come out in our actions and our words and how we treat people. Ask God to search your heart and tell you what He wants you to change. Maybe you faced a challenge and you didn't handle it very well. You are mean or selfish. Well, God can give us kind of like a heart surgery and fix the issues where they need to be fixed. Ask Him to work on your heart and have the heart that He wants you to have. We can have a heart for God by putting Him first in our lives, reading the Bible, praying, and trusting Him with every part of our lives. We're now going to pray, so why don't you close your eyes and bow your heads. Dear God, thank you that you love us and created us to love you. Thank you that you don't just look at the outside of us, but you can see our hearts. Help us to have hearts that love and worship you. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much for joining us for Centro Kids Online today. I hope you had a wonderful time and learnt lots. Right now, you can head directly to our website, which has a bunch of activities on there for you related to today's lesson. If you don't have a printer at home, I'd love to send those sheets to you so you still get to do the worksheets, the activities, and all of that. So all you need to do is just let us know. And also on our website there's a link to our Facebook group, Centro Kids, which we post information about a bunch of stuff, including our Centro Kids Connects, which they run at 9:30 a.m. every Sunday before the service. So why don't you jump into them? They've been going so good so far. People are loving them. The leaders are loving seeing the kids again. The kids are loving seeing the leaders and their other friends as well. So I'd encourage you to jump into that. And as always, guys, we here at Centro Kids, we love you, we're praying for you, and we can't wait to see you next week. See you later.